Abusia for Yabama Obibia Aquaba, Shronkoso, Adi Aba POG Media. So, a best show be as I say, and no other Judy so over like, over share, no subscribe to the channel. Send your bear new political trending news via Echo Tree, Echo Brema, Ebebiano. Once a bit to me, I can be POG to mediate series. So, Abusia for and I call political highway, no so I and Sembebre and Yaswan Cotti and Sembe bin and say a special prosecutor and I see on Yen Juma Watana Ama Ofori AD in some Hunway out on Timim Cochen. I am Mugab massive go for you park can actually a special prosecutor or catcher the same massa. A Jumana away and ye serious more than bring no Juma away. Cause if we are tat now, I beg for time, as for mercy. I'm out and watch and this time I also call them da and I can actually a special prosecutor any asem keto akra abusia for me say momre me njemomre so mo so me shom te me yakotie de Mugabe mase e ka fa me damas
on cap the road fund to maintain our roads. We have delivered. Mr. Speaker, we committed to hold a national forum on education. We have delivered. Right, Honorable Speaker, we committed to hold a national dialogue on the economy. We have delivered. Mr. Speaker, we committed to deliver free primary health care. We have delivered. Mr. Speaker, we committed to deliver Mahama Care Program to finance the treatment of non-communicable disease. Mr. Speaker, we have delivered. Mr. Speaker, we committed to deliver free textbooks to school children. We have delivered. Mr. Speaker, we committed to begin the implementation of $10 million Big Push program. Mr. Speaker, we have delivered. Mr. Speaker, we committed to constitute a review process for our constitution. Mr. Speaker, we are delivering. Mr. Speaker, we committed to build the Ghana we want together. We are delivering. Right, Honorable Speaker, we committed to recover all looted state funds under our Operation Recover All Loot program. We are delivering. Mr. Speaker, we committed to reset Ghana. We are delivering.
Well, that was a finance minister, Dr. Keselato Forsen, and there in Sama, a course so our parliament. And no, now was I edit to just say, Abai, to me, a key reforms, bit me, Abua, let me reset the economy. Yinti, Dr. Keselato Forsen.
Honorable Speaker, to demonstrate this agenda, as I said, I came to this house with a presentation of a bag proudly made in Ghana by Horseman. Mr. Speaker, this should be encouraged. Right, Honorable Speaker, beginning this year, we will formalize the export of Ghanaian labor to other countries. We will ensure a structured and beneficial system for Ghanaian workers seeking employment abroad and create safer legal pathway for them to work in foreign countries whilst protecting their rights and welfare. Mr. Speaker, this will also reduce illegal migration, prevent worker exploitation, and maximize the economic benefits of remittance and boost foreign exchange earners. Mr. Speaker, I now take you to how these resources will be allocated in the year 2025. Mr. Speaker, we will provide a CD equivalent of $279 million as a revolving fund for the Ghana Gold Board to be able to purchase and export at least 3 tons of gold per week from small-scale miners. Mr. Speaker, we have allocated 13.85 billion Ghana cedis for Big Push project. Mr. Speaker, we have allocated 13.85 billion Ghana cedis for the Big Push program. Mr. Speaker, an amount of 499.8 million Ghana cedis has been allocated for the non-academic fee policy for all first-year students in public tertiary institutions under the No Fee Stress initiatives. Mr. Speaker, we have allocated an amount of 292.4 million Ghana cedis to commence the distribution of free sanitary pads to female students in primary and secondary schools. Mr. Speaker, we have allocated again an amount of 242.5 million Ghana cedis to support the victim of Akuffo dam spillage. Right, Honorable Speaker, we have also allocated an amount of 200 million Ghana cedis to support the victim of tidal wave disaster that recently displaced resident in certain part of K2 South constituency. Mr. Speaker, the overarching concern about free secondary education has been its quality and the absence of dedicated sources of financing. His Excellency President J.Mahama has resolved it. Mr. Speaker, let me take this again. The overarching concern about free secondary education has been its quality and the absence of a dedicated sources of funding. His Excellency President J.Mahama has resolved the funding challenges by uncapping the GET fund. Mr. Speaker, this makes available dedicated funding for full financing of free senior secondary school education and free tertiary education for persons with disability. Mr. Speaker, therefore, Capping and Realignment Act will be amended to uncap the Ghana Education Trust Fund. Mr. Speaker, this year, the budget for free senior secondary school education program is 3.5 billion Ghana cedis. By uncapping the GET fund, we will be making available an additional 4.1 billion Ghana cedis specifically for financing free secondary education program and other related expenditures. Mr. Speaker, aside the uncapping of GET fund, we have also absorbed the debt service made up of interest and principal from the Dutch bond that GET fund contracted. Right, Honorable Speaker, we have also allocated an amount of 564.6 million Ghana cedis for the provision of curriculum-based textbooks covering the following. 1. 4 sets of KG books and workbooks for about 2.8 million learners. Mr. Speaker, we have also provided for 4 sets of primary textbooks for about 800,000 learners. Mr. Speaker, we have also provided for 9 sets of SHS textbooks for about 540,000 learners.
Dr. Keselato Forsen SI Edu Tuja Kasafa key policy intervention ebeboa support job challenges and economic transformation. Yeti mo kafa.
Right, Honorable Speaker. The key policy intervention to support economic transformation and job creation agenda include the following. So, Speaker, the 24-hour economy aimed at stimulating economic growth by creating an enabling environment for businesses and institutions to operate 24/7 in 3 shifts of 8 hours each to boost production, promote productivity, and generate well-paying jobs. We will be presenting the policy to Parliament in due course for consideration. Accordingly, Mr. Speaker, the Labour Act, the GIPC Act, and other enabling legislations will be reviewed to support the 24-hour economy policy. Right, Honorable Speaker, we will roll out the implementation of the $10 billion Big Push policy for strategic infrastructure development to open up the country and drive sustainable economic growth. Right, Honorable Speaker, the Ghana Gold Board will be established in the course of the year and as soon as possible. So, Speaker, we will stabilize the Ghana cedi and provide stability to the macroeconomy. We will implement an economic transformational agenda underpinned by structural reforms anchored on promoting modernized agriculture, agribusiness and value addition for import substitution, export and job creation. Mr. Speaker, we will complement monetary policy with fiscal and real sector policies to reduce inflation. Food inflation will be reduced through the implementation of the Agriculture for Economic Transformation agenda anchored on our 24-hour economy. Right Honorable Speaker, we will undertake key structural reforms to support inclusive economic growth, fiscal and debt sustainability, sound public financial management, efficient public service delivery, and good governance. Mr. Speaker, we will restructure the Bank of Ghana to strengthen its independence and operationalize its efficiency mandate. Mr. Speaker, we will ensure that social protection is adequately catered for in the course of the year. We will use government procurement to drive Made in Ghana agenda to promote production and consumption of Made in Ghana goods. Right Honorable Speaker, to demonstrate this agenda, as I said, I came to this House with a presentation of a bag proudly made in Ghana by Horseman. Mr. Speaker, this should be encouraged. Right Honorable Speaker, beginning this year, we will formalize the export.
Nankopon show bibia ye dru oferto so mienu wa watimi ya hwedwuma dia bedru sam premprenso we me da spa ebusuan foma we mfi say obe like no subscribe to the channel no share ma onuanom ne wonam fofo ensa enso entimi enkabi aha POG Media a special prosecutor na sesi and gab mass din na niasi ne so odena asem okon so ka kire ne se masa ma onimbre na ya adwuma ne na Ofori Atta no wache I was enko wadem da as all to new mass all patch no the whole channel masa keka ho na chinu to me serious ni hu adwuma a wo special prosecutor you for a reason you for a purpose busia for me nse obi mra me yakoni akotie ne ntoaso
of Ghanaian labor to other countries. We will ensure a structured and beneficial system for Ghanaian workers seeking employment abroad and create safer legal pathway for them to work in foreign countries whilst protecting their rights and welfare.
Very well, that was Finance Minister Dr. Keselato Forsen live on TVSYZ and also on Power 97.9 FM. This is your number one political talk show, Inside Politics, and also Gusua Wuti on Facebook Live Power 979, TVSYZ Ghana Samson on YouTube, SYZ Broadcasting. Honorable Linda Obenwa Oklo MP4. Sao Sudoku, greetings to you. One also a Greater Accra Regional Minister also enjoy show no ene ewie papa. When you team no yame and come home on pajamo. Now also in budget a year 2025 year and some woman a dear say mebuno no ato woman sans we have betting tax ya every ho ediama mebununa a dear say a dana kwamu ye papa amafo bibrina na ebisa say na covid 11 no so akwa akosise ni nyina nche say wo hwe IMF a International Monetary Fund omo hye mo no wo say aban tumi engage a IMF extensively said e be ya enema betimi atoto akwam na G11 nso no every ho amaye eni ya CCI betting tax nso ayeden every ho amaye no covid 11 nso ebetumi ayeden every ho edi amaye Excellency John Dramani Mahama president ya Mugabe masse me 900 million angels ne Ghana fo nyina no ye wogidi ewu mu no eye den ya obe deliver na CCI Ghana fo hu se bosha wo sheye nyina no nkakra na nursing eye training fo omusu alawai CCI ya allocate sika for that teacher training for ya no musu allocation den eko ya mo 2025 budget no mu apprenticeship won sem sika akọ edi amamo sanso na enema bebre we roto si say aban sande ebe bi ma so ne be technology driving na je say technology driven tino enema bibia wodu ho na papa na je say ayeti say oko UAE Canada and UK any other countries na enu an say ja wudi shema fe na woko woni obia eni asembia ewo ho ya de bebu yi papa na wo say domestic debt no service no in 4 years na just over 150.3 billion cedis ni nyina no abane hwe toto enema yi ya sati ya service and debt ni nyina ya de a good sat edema aban no buffers were built to cushion debt burden only 60 $64,000 was left in the sinking fund. We are sinking fund. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. To me, to kama COVID by ya dese bo my Ghana ye papa. Na Akuffo adu my onim sikadie. Oni na ben kanu for ata ne Bawumia mu. And yes, kay wo mo form ne te sadie. Wo bi asi aboa wo wasi eye abefuma wodi abe na wan se woti ni nyafo ase kwaku asi waburum eno wan se obu se simire mibu numpe onya o jampu ko wi ti se de omo me se camp wona no ade ke wasi mi de mibu 18 aja se yen konkon na Akuffo ado ne nkofo ma bese wo man pansam ya sinking fund ni school mu jan wo mu no $64,000. Can you imagine? Ulmaya wo 80 plus ya wonim sikadie Esini will be under the Fourth Republic is the worst president of Ghana yet to me under the Fourth Republic. Na memo enye ni suba enye bibia na na do ni bibia ni wa de bebo wa my way e my film what you waste of taxpayers money security enyina enya hospital wom enya kwan papa ewom na ne omufri wo they are talking about agenda 111 and I'm very upset with this minority that minority we omu bi ano say omo kasa efa agenda 111 we say na some no more power no say agenda 111 hospitals no wie more than half into the movie no se mo wi a adeti na se de J.Mahama na modem ade so ba be so ano J.Mahama de oba yo si hospitals mi hu yo okọ sha wo su do kudodo wa ebisi ho okọ maritime hospital omo wo airport na no temane ne patam omo hu okọ bank hospital cantonment ya hu okọ University of Ghana UGMC ewo ho omo hu wudu regi ya hu hospital papa ewo ho wudu tepamia medium afano north hu hospital papa ewo ho wudu afari hu hospital papa wo wudu abetifi ene ne patamu hospital papa dan ewo ho wudu kumawu hospital papa ewo ho jase yakase ye bodin a ye beba ba won say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama obi a wode amemo papa edebe etimemofo a wo mo wo oman Ghana mu na wo financial sector won so no wo say no ya de say ye swage wo ye papa ya jese wo hwa enema be yi ama enema so ayedan akọ ama Ghana for memofo no etumi edini His Excellency John Dramani Mahama memo we me medical aka say me say wasa we wadwuma yie ne wa anya na me betrema don't think say me baba be defend o me fire wa ma wotiate muntie ni yie be say me ye me checks men kasa ana me so men kasa just like that too before say me kasa na minim de meka inti say we appointee ye de adwuma hye sa say ye fingers o minimu gabi de say me ne ye fine masa me ni adamfo wasemba ne beto menim na me say ade we dwuma we wanye ni ye ye de adwuma hye wonsa say ye wa ye kwada kokwasa ebegu enwu a me ntena se ma J.Mahama nanim nwase me maka kiro say awieu anopawu anaju de sumu me defending His Excellency John Dramani Mahama mamu we said the beya say animguase ba me ebi bekame sansa yemu ne so di gina ye den kwata male ko winiba kwata ko ade ko Cape Coast ko Kumase ne ko ne ba ne de ko ato say papa we ni papa yi say wo say mo de o man ne sansa sansa ye nim no wa ye bi pen timo fa o man ne sansa na Ghana 40 so frɛ eno mo de o man no aye ye maame fo sina nese mu no mu nam gates mu anaju de su mo no abu Julius Zebra mu me maame Valerie Soya mu mini aba Maria Wisimu no mu ninamu obobi adakomo yeni aba Jos Bawa na Jude su mu standogbe no mu ko na o mu ba Dr. Callistus Brahma Mahama no mu ko no mu eba Iron Boy na Jude su mu no testi eni mu na wo David J.Mahama na enei endis aba power ufi sa me ba betre ma J.Mahama na ni maguase appointed bie ni ho am spell we ye mistake no anye wadwuma yie me fire wa ma wotiate would have fear or favor. It was so be I and a juma ye, me wa hane de juma semesa, make sure say the idea semesano and say if it must be done well. Discipline the idea me friend Niagro. And the nipa be one man discipline more kwema, won't mean progress. So we a leader, was so we are very disciplined. Baby and the than a photo. Baby a enye no manipa ntia say enye. What you say manipa no hu mistake away, no say enye. So we a leader now, you will be a who you will never succeed. but also we do now the AC form. This is the type of leader na Ghana for everywhere. Na Akuffo Addo no aba be tarant bi, waba be to say Idi Amin, waba be to say obi yan kanasem ana Ghana for ekoto aba enidi you know. Kan kebi wo kasa eno anu no. Ahemfo ya wonso ono kwa wa chia wo mo no, waso mo sore no mo enchia no. Wonna manu no akura na kwanya wodi hene. No one kingdom wodi ne hene. Wakoba bia utumfo se tutuo te kokoso asantema wura fie ko wura ha wode na konya eko ba bia no fa na konya nko yi che bia nyefie enei ade na yakọ eye 68 independence na Akuffo Addo wan fa na konya na anko Jubilee House ho nye Jubilee House ho na no ene wako ho no aye ho ewo ho time and seasons emere dane emere sesa inti nipa da sani bia wasa wo sesa ho ene ma wo sa appointees no motiwa o mo ye ene ma wo si echesi bi mu ebi mu koda bia na 3 days sama hwe ya imu bi mu ho a mu bi mu ho a mo anya madwuma yi a aban betimi asesa in future sa ne be yemu humble advice am dey mamu no mabunu no especially because se mu disappointed the youth na ye nyina ye ni maguase se president bi by na pointis no na chese o ha mabunu wo mu pa se mabu ye ma opposition a wasa wotumi u lead by example no obi ahun se esimesi waya ade so ye general manager na ye the program amount 2 years 3 years on fa kapre ma station o program no sponsors obetra no wa waste 3 hours airtime na woko abe cassette obi anti obi an sponsor wa now that's what was a general manager kai e was a kasa e de resource eba resource oriented o kasa e de sika kudi eba o program ni program was a kasa adofo bebre ba se e ba be sponsor program we ene ne for so we capacity enye talk enye kasa bebrebe en toponko appointees mo nya adwuma no finance minister ene ne bibia fantastic mo tena se budget we enyansafo kuku dan mo ona wo yese tekwe mo ya mo presidency wo ya penifo a mo wo nimdie wo finance mo ona bo eye the Bank of Ghana wale
Yankopon insure bibia wagene bre ade ahwe ya bedru samprempre so yedo bibia ase make na me sure say ma remfi so be subscribe to the channel sane be ya new political trending news be ko cover man be bia no wonso sa ebetumi akabi be sure so be like amaye Akroma